The New England Patriots have made a smart move as they head into training camp, and it's worth diving into why this decision could be significant for their offensive line. Last season, it was painfully obvious that their offensive line struggled tremendously. It was one of the weakest units in the league, causing endless frustration for fans and analysts alike. The struggles up front disrupted the entire offense and made it incredibly difficult for the Patriots to establish any consistent rhythm. Now, the team has brought in Yasser Durant, a player who might not be a household name but could be a very useful piece for this group moving forward. Durant's journey to the Patriots is an interesting one. He began as an undrafted free agent. Initially signed by the Kansas City Chiefs, he didn't immediately make waves in the NFL, but he did manage to work his way onto the Patriots roster, where he even started a game in 2021. After that season, he took a detour to the United Football League, suiting up for the DC Defenders. That team went all the way, winning the championship, and Durant distinguished himself by being named to the UFL's All-Star team, which is basically the equivalent of an All-Pro nod in that league. While the level of competition is obviously not the same as the NFL, his performance down there showed he has talent and can perform at a high level. What Durant brings to the table for New England isn't just experience. What really makes him valuable is his versatility. He can play both tackle and guard positions, which is exactly the kind of flexibility teams covet when building their offensive lines. The Patriots, in particular, have struggled with consistency along the line in recent years. Having a player who can step into multiple roles gives the coaching staff options, especially when injuries inevitably occur over the grind of the NFL season. Looking back at last year, the Patriots tried patching up their offensive line with stopgap solutions, pulling players off practice squads, shifting guys around, but nothing really stuck. The line was a patchwork of players trying to plug holes, and it showed on the field. On top of that, the team faced injuries and other challenges that compounded their problems. Bringing in Durant isn't about immediately solving those problems. With a star player, it's about adding depth and competition. He's there to push the younger players, challenge them in training camp, and prove that nobody's spot is guaranteed. Coach Mike Vrabel has emphasized that while the off-season programs and mini camps have shown promise, what really matters is how players perform when they're in full pads, go in full contact, battling for their spots on the roster. Durant's signing fits into this philosophy perfectly. He's not being handed a starting role, but his presence forces everyone else on the line to raise their game. The more competition, the better the team can evaluate who truly deserves to be on the final roster. The Patriots' offensive line group is loaded with youth and players who still have a lot to prove. Jared Wilson, a draft pick with upside, is seen as someone who could eventually start at center. Then there's Conley from Boston College, another undrafted free agent similar to Durant, trying to carve out a role. For players like these, Durant represents a benchmark, a challenge to push harder and improve. The 53-man roster isn't guaranteed for anyone, and the presence of a versatile veteran depth piece only increases the stakes. While Durant may not be the immediate solution as a starter, he is a valuable insurance policy. His ability to step in at multiple spots along the line gives the Patriots flexibility in case of injuries or underperformance. This kind of versatility is highly prized in the NFL, especially for teams looking to build sustainable depth. It also creates a competitive atmosphere where young players must fight for every snap. That kind of environment is essential for growth and can ultimately lead to a stronger, more resilient offensive line. As the Patriots head into training camp, Durant's role will likely be that of a depth player and a competitor. Someone who can test the younger linemen and push them to perform at their best. He's not a star or a guaranteed starter, but his presence is a smart move for the organization, helping to set the tone for a battle-packed camp where every player has to prove their worth. This signing is about the long game, building a team that can withstand the rigors of an NFL season through depth and versatility. Durant's experience, though limited at the NFL level, combined with his success in the UFL, makes him a wild card that could surprise. His performance will not only impact his chances of making the final roster, but could also influence how other players approach their preparation and effort during camp. When you have someone like Durant in the mix, the coaching staff gains an additional perspective on who can handle the physical and mental demands of the game. This is especially important when evaluating younger players who have yet to prove themselves fully at the professional level. In a league where injuries can derail a season, having reliable depth on the offensive line is crucial. The Patriots know this all too well, and bringing in Durant sends a message. Nobody is safe, and everyone must fight for their spot. It's a move that benefits the entire group by fostering competition and encouraging constant improvement. Plus, Durant's ability to play multiple positions means the coaches can use him as a flexible piece in different scenarios, whether as a backup tackle or guard, depending on what the team needs week to week. This signing also highlights how the Patriots are looking beyond just star power. They understand that building a winning team requires solid contributions from every player, especially in areas like the offensive line, where cohesion and reliability are key. Durant may not grab headlines, but his presence could be one of those subtle moves that pay off over the course of the season. It's the kind of calculated decision that shows the team's commitment to addressing its weaknesses and preparing for the challenges ahead. As training camp progresses, all eyes will be on how Durant performs in practices and preseason games. His versatility and work ethic will be put to the test, and he'll have to demonstrate that he can hold his own against younger players hungry to make the roster. The Patriots coaching staff will be watching closely, looking for signs that Durant can be counted on when the team needs him most. This move also reflects a broader trend in the NFL, where versatility is prized more than ever. Offensive linemen who can shift between guard and tackle provide coaches with valuable flexibility in managing the roster and game plans. For the Patriots, who faced struggles last season due to injuries and inconsistency on the line, having a player like Durant could make a tangible difference. He might not start the season on the field, but he could very well be the player who steps in during critical moments, providing stability when starters go down. Looking at the bigger picture, Durant's addition is part of the Patriots' ongoing effort to retool and improve their roster without relying solely on high-profile signings or draft picks. It's a pragmatic approach that focuses on competition, depth, and readiness. This kind of strategy often goes unnoticed, but can be the difference between a team that stumbles through injuries and one that stays competitive throughout the season. The Patriots have a mix of promising young linemen and veterans who need to prove they can still perform at a high level. Durant's signing introduces another variable into this mix, pushing everyone to elevate their game. The team's success next season may hinge on how well these players compete against each other in camp, and how effectively the coaching staff can identify and develop talent. Ultimately, the addition of Yasir Durant may not grab the spotlight right away, but it's a savvy move that strengthens the Patriots' depth and adds a competitive edge to their offensive line battle. As the team prepares for training camp and the season ahead, this signing could turn out to be one of those quiet, smart decisions that help lay the foundation for a more solid, dependable unit up front. The question now is how Durant performs when the pads go on and the real battles begin. His opportunity to prove he belongs in New England and contribute to the team's success in meaningful ways. Moving on from the offensive line, there's another intriguing story unfolding with one of the Patriots' former wide receivers, Tyquan Thornton. Last year, under the previous regime, he was released, but now he's making waves with the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a player who showed flashes of potential during his time in New England, but never quite found the right situation to fully blossom. His journey highlights the complexities and challenges that come with player development in the NFL, especially at the wide receiver position, where success often hinges on the right system, coaching, and quarterback. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The New England Patriots organization is reportedly buzzing with murmurs following wide receiver Javon Baker's recent departure, which sources indicate was punctuated by a highly contentious interview. While details remain scarce, the sudden and seemingly acrimonious split has ignited a firestorm of speculation regarding the young receiver's time in Foxborough and the potential fallout for both parties. Blink and you miss it was the unofficial motto of Baker's tenure with the Patriots, a brief yet eventful stint that now appears to have ended with more questions than answers. Insider reports suggest that Baker, known for his outspoken personality and confident demeanor, didn't hold back in what's being described as a tell-all exit interview. The content of this alleged interview remains under wraps, fueling an already rampant rumor mill. Was it a clash of personalities with the coaching staff? Did disagreements over playing time or scheme lead to a fiery exchange? Or could it be related to previous off-field hiccups that had already put his standing with the team on tenuous ground? Sources close to the team are hinting at a deep-seated frustration on Baker's part, potentially stemming from a perceived lack of opportunity or a feeling of being misunderstood. Within the Patriots' notoriously strict system, his initial comments, upon being drafted, famously stating he makes people in wheelchairs stand up, certainly set a tone, and his time in New England was punctuated by moments that kept him in the headlines. Not always for his on-field performance, this controversial exit could have significant implications. For the Patriots, it raises questions about player management and how they integrate young, outspoken talent into their culture. For Baker, his next move will be under intense scrutiny, as teams will undoubtedly be curious about the circumstances of his New England departure. The full story of JAVON Baker's exit is yet to unfold, but the current whispers suggest it's far from a quiet farewell, promising more headlines and discussions in the days to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.